Here's Dimas, the double Olympic champion.
They're still warming up there with 155 kilos.
You join us now, David Goldstrom, together with David Morgan, for this 85-kilo classic, the showdown between Dimas and Gusta, both of them still backstage, whilst the warm-up crew are out here getting the medal competition underway. That's perhaps a little unkind to these men who are world-class lifters, and also tonight trying to secure places and points for their team for the Olympic Games in Sydney. But as you see now, the man on stage is Cephalic, the Polish 31-year-old Olympic bronze medalist from Atlanta, who gets 170 kilos.
And what a contrast in technique. Good smooth lift, looks solid all the way. What's interesting actually, David, is Gusta was down to start with 170, but we're already on second attempts with 170, which means he must be having a good warm-up, and he must be taking at least 172.5 for his first attempt.
Now here's Georgie Guardare for Bulgaria. This is actually his second attempt at
170
kilos.
Yes, bit of confusion on the scores, but I'm sure they'll put it right.
Yes, he's going 165, 170 now. Abaziev in the wings there. Cardiff only 23. That was much better than the first one. Which is the man who moving up from 77 kilos to 55.
And he does love playing to the camera, doesn't he? Yes, holds the world record at 180.5. But this is Spirou, the man who's moved up from 77 kilos. Never really did much as a 77-kilo lifter, but well, let's take a look at this snatch on 172.5.
I was going to say, and that's the welcome for the number 2. So goodness knows what's going to happen when the number 1, and that's Dimas, comes on stage. But Spirou, completely, really unknown. He hasn't been in any major competitions at this weight. He moved up after the European Championships this year when he finished a rather modest 7th. Been on the national team for 9 years now.
Yes, his previous best snatch actually, David, is 157.5. So this is massive improvement. Oh, well, look at that.
Well, it happens, doesn't it?
That's 15 kilos over his personal best, and he's still got 2 lifts to come. And of course, that gives him the lead now. So the first of the Greeks takes the lead.
And he's also got a lightweight at 83 kilos 80. And that really, really does set this competition up now. And now on stage, Marc Gusta for Germany. Triple European champion, 97, 98, 99. World champion as well in 1994. And it's that title he's after tonight. And his great rival and his great friend still to come. So who to throw the first punch?
Yes, but the success at this, of course, would put Gusta into the silver medal position because he's heavier than Spirou. So this just 2.5 kilos behind Gusta's personal best.
Well, some unsporting cheers there from the crowd. Gusta from Dresden in Germany, 29 years of age. And it's really an Olympic atmosphere in the hall.
Well, that's a shame, David. I spoke to Marc earlier on today.
And here's the man.
And, you know, he told me that this has been a perfect build-up. No injuries. No problems at all.
Chakoyan, the really light man in the whole competition.
Yes, one wonders why he didn't lift at 77, because, I mean, this would be a world record. He only weighs 80. I mean, he could have easily reduced to 77.
172.5 kilos on the bar. And he's going up 5 kilos.
In the lead, shouldn't it? Yes.
I will give him the lead because he is light.
Body weight.
Yeah. So at the moment it's Spiru from Azanidze of Georgia, and then Guardare for Bulgaria.
Marc Gusta, Germany, second attempt. Δεύτερη προσπάθεια του Γερμανού Gusta. Sakoyan is the lifter to follow.
Marc Gusta of Germany quickly on for his second attempt. Now, this is real pressure. He's got to respond here, David, because he needs this badly. He's got to perhaps take a gamble on the third one. In serious trouble. His whole evening's chances can evaporate if he doesn't get this now.
Yes, he really needs to get this so he can go further.
Frank Mantek, the head coach for the German team, who, together with Marc Gusta, they've been such a successful duo. That's better.
That's better.
No question. But he's lost one opportunity.
Yes, Mark said he snatched 177 in training last Friday, so this 172 shouldn't have really been a problem for him. Mark, of course, known for his strength in the clean and jerk, holds a European record with 215.
Yes, in lifting that to 172.5, he equaled the snatch he collected in Europe. 175 kilos going onto the bar now.
And this is the man they've come to see. Dimas.
And there it is, the 8,000 people packed around this arena. Dimas Yakubu, the head coach.
Everybody you speak to in this town, David, nobody's got a bad word to say about this man.
I know, he's very, very popular.
Was voted man of the year, never mind weightlifter or sportsman of the year. Dimas was voted man of the year.
And sitting just below us here in the commentary position in this stadium, his wife Anastasia, his son Victorious, who's 2, and his daughter Elena, 4.
So the bar on 175 kilos. This the first attempt of Dimas. And of course this lift would put him straight into the lead, still with 2 lifts remaining. Just 5.5 kilos behind the world record.
No problem, and there's the little cheeky look left and right. And that's great. There's Yanis Skouros, Dr. Thomas Ayan, the first Vice President and General Secretary of the International Weightlifting Federation. And the important thing about that lift is that will have given him a lot of confidence, because this man has been out of international competition. He had a second shoulder operation in America after the World Championships in Lahti last year, and that means that Dimas is on his way.
For this man now, Nazarinia, if he's successful with this lift, he will actually go into the lead by virtue of lighter body weight.
From Iran, relatively unknown in this part of the world, but very successful in Asia.
He takes the lead.
Very successful in Europe.
And
Georgie, second attempt.
Well, Nazarene takes the lead, Dimas in second place, and Spiro in third. Azanidze now on stage for Georgia. He's got his second lift coming up, going up 5 kilos now.
Yes, I think I said earlier, Dave, the world record was 180.5. I'll correct that, it's 180, so we're actually within 5 kilos of the world record now.
Well, somewhat there. I certainly think that Dimas could, But the Iranian's pretty impressive. He's got one more lift to go. But so has the other Greek. Now, Azanadze. It didn't look very pretty, the first snatch that he got.
No, he's not a great technician. But having said that, that was much better, wasn't it?
175 and capable of going a bit further. So the order at the moment is Azanadze of Georgia takes the lead ahead of Nazarene of Iran, and Dimas is in third.
Yes, but I suppose the significant point is that Dimas still has 2 attempts remaining.
Now this is Andrzej Cephalic for Poland. He's at the moment down in 7th place. He's on 170 kilos. So 175 would certainly move him up the order. It's just a question of body weight. He, in fact, would go ahead of Dimas. He's a little bit lighter at 84.77. So this would put him into bronze for a moment at least. Well, that looks to me, David, is a man who could have gone a bit further.
Yes, I mean, he was down to start at 170 kilos. His coaches brought him back to 165. But, I mean, looking at him, 170 would have been a better start. I mean, he's not under pressure at all.
Spiro will come before Dimas.
Yes, this is now to become a real cat-and-mouse battle, because this now would give Spiros the lead.
Yeah, this is playing the cards that you've got in your hand. This is the man who's moved up, who's had no particularly fantastic success at senior level. If you look through the medals, he's had 1 gold medal as a junior European champion, but the rest have been silvers and bronzes. He's not yet made his mark, but perhaps Yakubu, the man in picture there, the man who is the mastermind of Greek weightlifting, maybe he thinks that this is where he can profit. Certainly he's in an attacking position now. This for the lead. He's got a useful light body weight as well.
Yes, if he succeeds at this, all the others will have to at least equal the world record to go ahead. So what a fantastic competition. Oh, well, it was there, David, wasn't it? It's another chance.
Indeed he does. It was almost over the head, but not quite. So it's Azanadze of Georgia, who's got 1 lift left, who leads on 175 by virtue of lighter body weight.
Well, he catches it on straight arms, just not quite in the right position.
Then there's Nazarini, then there's Cephalic, and now Gusta coming on stage for his 3rd and last attempt at 177.5. Now, of course, this would give him the lead, but more importantly, he needs this to attack in the second half.
That's right. His strength is in the clean and jerk, but he needs to stay with them on the snatch. So, crucial lift. Last attempt. Really needs to work for it. He's done it in training, but training's not the same as competition. Yes!
Oh, yes!
Oh, yes!
Well, it's game on.
Well, that's fantastic. And Gusta really is a fighter. He loves the competition, doesn't he?
177.5 improves the performance that he put up in the Europeans by 5 kilos. And Gusta has put himself back in this competition.
Yes, really fighting there. And that's fantastic.
Mantek punching the air there, and suddenly all their spirits, which were down a few moments ago, have risen now. Now, this is for Iran, this very strong newcomer, Nazarina, new in Europe, but the Asian Games champion, the Asian champion of this current year, and he's proving that those results were not a fluke. 177.5. Can't do it. He would have been behind because he's heavier. But nonetheless, That's a respectable performance by him. He's still in the bronze medal position, but of course Dimas and Spirou are still to come, and Azanadzi's got one lift left, and he'll be next on.
Yes, 4 lifts remaining in this competition.
So Azanadzi, with a very light body weight, 83.9 kilos, he really is the man who can spoil here. Because if he lifts this up, he will go into the lead and he will force everybody to at least go to the world record weight of 180. All, when I say all, I mean both of the Greeks.
Exactly.
But remember, Dimas does have 2 cards to play. Spirou has only 1 left. 15 seconds for the man from Georgia. That really does put the gauntlet down to the rest. That was a very, very good snatch. And David, the first one looked almost a failure, and then he's improved.
Yes, he's got better as he's gone on. As the weights have got heavier, he's looked better.
Maybe just nerves on the first lift, and now suddenly he's got that, and he's gone on and progressed, and he's produced 3 good lifts.
And he now goes into the lead. So what a battle this is becoming. Now Spirou is taking 177. This won't give him the lead because he's heavier.
Well, I'm just checking this. I don't think he is actually. He's lighter.
No, he's lighter, so this will give him the leads. So then the only man left, if he succeeds with this, that could take the lead is, of course, Dimas.
And he will have to go to 100 and attack the world record. So what a way to finish off the first half of this showdown in Athens.
Well, this has got to be one of the best 85 kilo classes in history already. Incredible standard.
So Spirou with 14 seconds now. This for a medal, not just solid. Oh!
Well, that's going to cost him.
I really thought he was going to drive up from that.
Yes, certainly strong enough to do it. He's dangerous.
It means that Azanadzi stays in gold medal position. Husta's in silver. There's only 1 man to lift. Look at this. He's low, but he's looks in control and then lets it go. Pyrrhus Dimas has 2 lifts, not only to take the gold medal, but also to gain as much advantage as he can over Marc Gusta, his great rival, who he knows is in good condition and can and will attack back in the clean and jerk. So here he's going for 180.5, new world record, and then he could go for another 2.5 kilos, which will give him a 5 kilo advantage over Gusta. And that would be really useful, because Gusta has weighed in lighter than Dimas. Dimas is 84.83, Gusta is 84.43. So if he could make it a 5 kilo advantage at the half-time break, that would really favour Dimas. But first, he's got to do this. This is for the win, the gold medal in the snatch.
And a world record. That's still 1 attempt remaining. Oh, yeah, the world record's irrelevant. It's the gold medal, therefore, I know.
Two operations on that right shoulder, one before the World Championships last year, and he managed that title, and another one in February of this year.
So this for the gold in front of his home crowd.
And they're on their feet in the stadium. There are 7,000, 8,000 people, and they're all standing. A world record. The lead. There's Anastasia. Just a quick shot of his wife there. The kids are here as well. Yakubu's happy. There's Anastasia again. And part 1, as far as the Greeks are concerned, has gone according to the script. We're not finished yet. There's still one more opportunity. The bar has gone to 182.5.
Look at that. No problem at all. Really working hard. Knows he's got it. Does the usual look to the side.
He takes it all in. And he actually cheekily does a Gusta leap behind the bar.
He looks good. He looks as if he can do more. And there's his wipe. Let's look at this again.
It's spot on, isn't he? He puts that bar in exactly the right place. And it seems it's over his head for eternity, and he doesn't seem to be worried about it. You'd think he'd like to get it down quickly, because it was originally holding the bar over his head, being forced to by the judges, that brought on the shoulder injury.
Which perhaps indicates that the shoulder's 100% again.
Yes, he went to a doctor who specialises in sorting out baseball pitchers who have the same sort of injury, and he's been back 2 times, and now it really seems to be repaired.
Well, I was also speaking to him earlier on, and I asked him about the shoulder, and he said the shoulder was 100%. He said his training was 100%. And that he was looking forward to the competition.
Well, so often these lifters, they perform in front of empty stadiums in foreign lands, but now he has the opportunity to deliver in front of his home crowd, but with that comes enormous pressure. The expectation has been enormous all week, all for the last month, really. Everybody's been beginning to talk about Dimas's performance here.
But if you look back, though, David, Dimas, Gusta, they thrive on pressure. They love pressure.
Yes, it began in the Barcelona games in '92. Pyrrhus Dimas beat Gusta there. Then he succeeded championships in '93. In '94 in the Worlds, Marc Gusta got his revenge in Istanbul. In '95, Dimas regained the world title. In '96, he took his second Olympic gold medal. And then the last meeting was in the European Championships in '98, when Gusta won before the last World Championships, where Dimas got the world title.
So round 8.
Round 8, 5-2, the score in favour of this man for a new world record and a 5-kilo lead at half-time.
Yes, of course, Gusta has body weight, so should Dimas succeed with this, Gusta would have to stay 5 kilos ahead in the clean and jerk. 18 seconds remaining.
Well, he's still got the world record, he's still got the snatch medal, but the news for Marc Gusta is that the gap is only 0.5 kilos. And that means that the game is really on, and this competition is far from over. At the moment, it's going in the direction of Greece, but the tide could turn, and this could swing either way.
Yes, Gusta's known for his incredible strength in the clean and jerk, and I really wouldn't like to predict who's going to win this competition.
Stay with us here on Eurosport. This is turning out to be all that we hope for and more. The clean and jerk to come. David Goldstrom with David Morgan. Stay with us here on Eurosport.
Salut.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Performance from David Coulthard up front. He's driving a perfect race and he enjoys a massive lead.
Going pretty well for him in the snatch, 170, 175, but he couldn't get 177.5. Lifted 207.5 kilos in Tehran in April, which will be about his best for the season. Works it up on his shoulders. Now the second part.
Very nice.
Quiet and effective.
Yes, mustn't this man. I think we're we're tending, because you know Marc and Dimas have been the top men. We're sort of forgetting about these men. There are so many good men in this class that really could come through.
That's a good lift, and it's given him a good base to go a little further. As Marc Gusta comes on for his first attempt at the clean and jerk, 205. Remember, he's got the European record at 215, and he's going to have to go to that and some tonight if he wants to take the overall championship.
But this will actually give him the lead, but only for the time being.
Well, what do you make of that, David?
So this a big jump, 10-kilo jump for Simeon. Opened with 195. Now jump to 205. Now needs to stand from that deep squat.
A touch too heavy.
Well, it was a big jump, David. Perhaps, I mean, he's got no chance in the overall, but perhaps his coach thought that if he could perhaps do 205 kilos, it would get him in the medals on the jerk. So the bar staying at 205 for the moment anyway. And just a quick look there at the board in the back room, and I can see that Dimas
207.5 kilos. So we're getting very close to his entry. Sevinch is weight in the wings as well, the big, strong Turk. Although I'm just having a look at that, he's not going to be big and strong tonight. That's him finished. That we were concerned about the knee, and clearly he's not.
I think it was the shoulder with the Turk. It was his shoulder, wasn't it? He wasn't able to.
And the knee when he went off.
Yeah. So falling apart.
So now Christoph Simeon coming back on to try 205 kilos for a second time. So this is to take him up to 367.5. That total, incidentally, was achieved by Ili Kafarani of Albania in the B group. He was the best of the performers, and he's got a body weight of 84.24. So it puts him in the top 10.
Yeah, the significance of this lift is that it would actually, at the moment anyway, put him in the lead on the clean and jerk by virtue of lighter body weight. But of course, still many more lifts to come.
Poland will host the World Championships in 2002. Mind you, that's too far away for anybody to think about at the moment. It's here tonight and then Sydney in September. Those are the two big dates in every weightlifter's diary at the moment.
So needs to work. No. Well, that was better, but he just... It's nothing to do with technique. He's just not strong enough in the legs on this occasion. So he has to be satisfied with 195. And the competition now really starts to hot up. Yeah, just not strong enough to stand from that low position. But by the cheers...
It's Spirou first, Dimas second. Only in terms of the order of lifting, I hasten to add at this particular moment. But now we're going to find out just how good Spirou is, having moved up. He lifted 172.5 in the snatch. That, of course, left him 7.5 kilos behind his teammate, having failed 170.5 twice. So now, question is, David, is he that much better in the clean and jerk? We're about to find out.
Yes, this man really is an unknown quantity. As I said, not really done anything major in the 77 kilo class, but looks much more comfortable as an 85.
His father was an Olympian as well.
Comfortable. Well, there's the answer.
Well, can he go on from there? Because in the snatch, he couldn't. So he's got his total.
That's 380. Very, very immense power. Just look at the way he stands up from that low position. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. Apparently in training, somebody was telling me he's actually got a best of 222.5 kilos.
So Spirou
talking to the weights.
Here's Dimas, same opener, 207.5.
So this will tell the tale, David.
Spirou, of course, lighter than Dimas, which means that even if Piros lifts this weight, his teammate will still have the lead in the clean and jerk. However, Dimas will be maintaining his advantage over the field, because he led Marc Gusta by 2.5 kilos at the halfway stage. If he lifts this, he will now be 5 kilos ahead of Marc Gusta.
Of course, this is the real test on that shoulder.
5 seconds. Yakubu asking the crowd to shut up. The advantage is 5 kilos. Anastasia applauds that. Bravo, bravo. Dimas enjoys the moment, but the work is not done.
Yes, Dimas looking very, very strong in the clean, the first phase.
This is the phase in which we expect Gusta to rival him, but at the moment, the points go to Dimas. 5 kilos, the first lift that he got. Now this is going up 10. He is sitting at the moment on a total of 380, so this would take him to 385, would move him into second place overall, but it will also put him into the lead in the clean and jerk. Nazarinia of Iran, who just missed out on a medal in the snatch phase, just 2.5 kilos off a medal. Just gone 10 seconds. Well, that was good. Oh, this is terrific lifting. That is, we have a new man here. As you said, we tend to think of this as a category which is solely for the benefit of Gusta and Piros Dimas, but it's perfectly clear that there are other men who are now in the fight.
Yes, quietly working away. Very good technician. Puts him on 385, and as you quite rightly say, takes him into the overall silver position. Gold on the clean and jerk at the moment.
Now Marc Gusta, he's going to go for 387.5 because he's taking 210, which
will put him in the lead over Dimas by virtue of lighter body weight. So important lift. Needs to do better than he did on the first one.
Well, now he faces a mountain. and he's got an enormous decision to make. Does he accept it and just go again to try and get a medal, or does he pile the weight on in one brave, perhaps foolish attempt to threaten Dimas?
Yes, it's surprising that Marc failed with 210, because if you remember in the European Championships, he snatched 172.5 and managed a clean and jerk of 215. Here, he snatched 177.5, indicating that he's stronger, but he's struggling on the clean and jerk.
There's the situation in the clean and jerk rankings. You can see Nazarinia of Iran leading with a very useful 210. Just looking at that, you'd put some money on him actually getting a medal out of this, certainly in the clean and jerk. And that failure from Marc Gusta means that he might have a chance even at an overall bronze. You don't know. A lot depends, obviously, on the likes of Spiro, what he can do from here, what Dimas obviously can do from here. And again, Cephalic, he's got another lift to come. So...
Well, it looks like Gusta's opting to take the 210 for his third attempt. Now this will give him the lead, and then he's just going to have to sit back and hope that it's enough. But he needs this. If he doesn't get this, he's going to be in real trouble.
Well, he really will be in a situation where he probably will lose out on getting an overall medal, which would be a major shock.
That's better. Come on, stand up, Marc. Come on, Marc. Stand.
Come on. Can't do it. It's not his day in Athens. And David, you've lifted, you've known these sort of days. That really hurts inside. This man is such a good lifter. But today, whatever's gone wrong, it's really hurt him inside.
Yes, he knew that he had to do that. It's a weight that's within him.
5 kilos inside his own European record. And all the coaches can do is put an arm around him, console him, get him ready to fight another day. Well, is this going to be the night that Greece takes its first gold medal of these championships? I mean, the overall championships. Because Leonidas and Salilis and Mitru have all performed well, have all got silver and bronze medals, but no overall championship. But now there's a real chance here. Dimas, obviously. Mitru, it depends on this. Spiro, I should say, it depends on this. Oh.
Well, he didn't like that.
It didn't dislocate, but it certainly hurt.
Δεύτερη μπροστά 212,5 κιλά για τον Πύρο Δήμα.
Yes, and one wonders if on that first clean and jerk he sustained an injury of some kind.
Pyrrhus Dimas and Yakubu. 2 Olympic gold medals these men have produced between them. But now Dimas going for a 5 kilo increase, which would take him to 392.5.
Yes, just 2.5 kilos below that world standard,
which nobody has ever achieved. But really, in reality, if he gets this, he's surely won the gold.
Yes, I'm confident about the clean. But the jerk, he's really going to have to work. This is actually the weight that he injured his shoulder on.
Oh, that was a terrific clean. You absolutely spot on, David. And you can feel him feeling the shoulder there. It means that he's still in the lead, but he's on 387.5, but he's only 2.5 kilos ahead of the Iranian. Gusta's back another 2.5 kilos in bronze medal.
Of course, the Iranian's lighter, so if the Iranian does the 212.5, Dimas will have to do the 212.5 to retake the lead.
Cephalic should be the next man on. He's going for a massive 7.5 kilo increase. When I say massive, it's massive at this stage of the competition. He was on 205 and he's going to 212.5. Now, he's going for 212.5. Really, he's after the clean and jerk goal, but it would get him ahead of Gusta, wouldn't it? Just looking at that,
it would actually put him ahead of Dimas if he does,
because he's
lighter. It'll take him to 387, and it'll put him ahead of Dimas by. So what a fantastic competition this is.
If he makes it.
But if he makes it, it puts Dimas under immense pressure.
And this is the man who finished in bronze medal position at 83 kilos behind Piros Dimas in Atlanta.
Yes, this man looking very, very strong in the first phase. It's that jerk that he's got to work on. Very strong. Now, has he got what it takes?
Doesn't waste. Oh. Well, he didn't waste any time. He went for it very quickly. I think he decided that if he got the clean, he was going to go for it straight away. And the cost of that mistake is that he finds himself down in 5th place, and he's out of the medals for the clean and jerk, and sadly for him, he's out of the medals overall. And that's why they call it high-stakes poker, because that's what he was doing, playing for high stakes. So now Spiru, who at the moment is in 4th place, he's only taking a 5 kilo increase. This is his second attempt at 212.5, but that will whiz him up to
second,
385. But again, he's lighter than Nazarinia of Iran. But the effect, if he gets this, is to push Gusta off the overall podium. Six seconds. A couple of bounces to get it up there. I don't think he believed in that, David.
Well, he's obviously having problems. I think when you've got pain, it's you've got to overcome the pain and you've got to do everything right.
I think there was just enough in his mind there to say, I'm not sure, this hurts. Well, well, well.
So Dimas coming out, but of course Nazarina still has an attempt.
And so this is really the crucial stage. And Frank Mantek, the German coach, he said earlier this evening, he said, whoever lifts last will win tonight. And the way it's going down now, it could well be Nazarinia of Iran.
Well, there's 2 lifts left in this competition. This one for Dimas, and then one more left for Nazarinia. Dimas really needs this to secure the overall. Now, no problem in the first phase. Is that shoulder going to hold up? No. Which actually means that the 210 would have put Gusta in the lead.
Well, how often have we seen this between Gusta and Dimas, where hindsight is the amazing advantage that nobody has. But what it does mean now,
Nazire needs to take 2:15. If he takes 2:15 and succeeds with 2:15,
it's on the board.
He will be the new world champion. And what an upset that would be.
Well, he might as well go for this, because he's in the silver medal position. It can't be defeated from that. Gusta's guaranteed the bronze medal, and I think he's going to breathe a big sigh of relief that he's ended up with that, because it's only at the goodwill or the good misfortune, really, of others that he's actually gained that bronze medal.
What an ending this would be to this competition. 115 kilos.
So, at the age of 23, the Asian Games champion of last year, the Asian champion of this year, the man who is third in the overall world rankings of the International Weightlifting Federation, behind Gusta, behind Guardare, now has this lift to win the title and put himself on top of the world. Oh, God, he's cleaned it. This for the title.
There it
and
is.
He's got it.
There it is.
New world champion.
Look at that.
Oh, it's 2-1, but it doesn't matter. It's 2-1.
Absolutely ridiculous. Perfect lift. That was a textbook lift. 2-1.
And Iran get their first gold medal of the championships. And the two favourites are beaten. And this man has come from outside Europe to conquer Europe.
Well, I said it was an incredible field, and that we shouldn't forget about the others. And this man, well, 215. It's exactly what Mantek said. The person that takes the last clean and jerk will win. And
he just hoped that it was going to be Marc Gusta tonight, and it was going to be a German victory. But if the bookmakers had been making odds, they wouldn't have made this man favourite. But
I really can't understand how a referee had the gall to give him one red light. It's ridiculous. So, drama.
Well, fortunately, it's always the best of three, and two men saw it as you saw it, David, in your opinion, correctly and well lifted. So Dimas is deposed. Nazarinia of Iran is the new world champion, and Dimas is down into silver medal position ahead of his great rival Marc Gusta of Germany, with the other Greek lifter Christoph Spirou in fourth place, Cephalic in fifth, ahead of Azinadze of Georgia. And so the medals for the overall championship. A fantastic performance, a man who was little known, particularly in this part of the world. Well, his name is really going to be a name that many will remember. Nazarinia for Iran, the Republic of Iran, with a snatch of 175 and 215 kilos in the clean and jerk, for a total of 390 kilos to take the gold, the title, the championship. The champions just 23, the Olympic champion here, Dimas. Only 3 lifts out of 6 completed, 180 and a half, a world record in the snatch and the gold medal, but only 207 and a half in the clean and jerk. And the shoulder may not be back to its best as yet. He's got 10 months in which to sort himself out if he wants a 3rd Olympic gold medal. Marc Gusta also only 3 lifts achieved tonight, and he's a lot of hard work to do if he wants to challenge for Olympic gold next year. Well, a terrific category, a fantastic night, a full house. I hope you've enjoyed it. From David Morgan and myself, David Goldstrom, once again, thanks for your company. Join us over the weekend for the finale of the championships.